Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and that is Worimi, W-O-R-I-M-I. Welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Oakley dokley, what do I want to have a look in this particular reading? There's so much to cover. Just as a little news item, apparently, I believe it was Kennedy that fired the US CDC head, Susan Monterez. She's refusing to leave, even though it's been a month since apparently she was fired by Kennedy, because Kennedy does not have the authority to fire her. It was a presidential appointment and only the president can fire her. So she's brought legal action. She's staying in the position for the moment. And she's basically calling the Orange Twerp's bluff to fire her. Actually, I'm going to have a look at that. I'm using the mystical manga card. This is not what I was going to read on, but let's have a look. I think I'm going to be doing a few combos today because, oh boy, there's a lot to cover. Entertainment only, and it is my Friday, which means I won't be on for the next 2 days. Please, 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 everybody, envision a lovely, big, round, blue and black sold sticker out the front of my place so that I only have to have the one open day tomorrow. Oh, I would love that. Okay, just open homes are just so stressful in that, especially when you got furs and, you know, fur babies, etc. And yeah, cleaning is not my not my favorite task. Okay, what I want to have a look at is the US CDC boss Susan Monterez refusing to leave the position of head of the CDC because she was fired by Kennedy, which is illegal. And so she's thrown down the gauntlet for the Orange Twerp to fire her. Just very quickly, what have I got here? Is the Orange Twerp going to pick up the gauntlet? So this is about the ending of a cycle. The Three of Wands waiting for the ship to come in, but we've got the Tower card and we've got the Five of Cups, the loss. I think he is. I hate to say it, but I think he is. I think he's going to pick that gauntlet up in a fittish moment. At the moment, she is standing firm, defending her position from a place of strength, but she's up against this, the devil energy. I think he's going to, yeah. We've got the King of Cups, the negotiator here, but we've also got the magician, the manipulator, and then out in the cold. I think he is. I think he's going to, in a fit of pique, P-I-Q-U-E, he's going to throw it out there that she's fired. Is what I'm getting. Darn and I hate to say it. For him, it's going to sort of be a entertainment only. Hope I'm really, really, really wrong on that. I think just in a moment of a few annoyance, he's going to say, "You're fired." Okay, what I'm going to have a look at in this particular reading now, actually, they've told me they've got the wrong deck. Got to listen to your guides, and I hope yours aren't quite as bossy as mine. Using the Gilded Tarot Royale. I want to have a look back to Australia. What's happened is that there was an attack at Melbourne on a synagogue, a Jewish synagogue, and there was an attack in Sydney, firebombing and, you know, this sort of horrible, horrible stuff, entertainment only, on a Jewish-run food kitchen. What happened is that the Australian ASIO apparently received information that Iran was behind these attacks, and therefore basically told the US ambassador to pack his belongings and leave. So I believe the Iranian ambassador. Why am I defaulting to the US ambassador? That's Carolyn Kennedy. She's fabulous. I believe it's still Carolyn Kennedy. I'm not sure. The Iranian ambassador has basically been told to pack his belongings, leave, and close the Iranian embassy in Canberra. So the ambassador and I believe 3 diplomats are leaving. Now, the ambassador is vehemently denying that Iran had anything to do with it. And I was sort of a bit, it wouldn't surprise me if they did, but news is coming out that apparently the information received by the Australian spy agencies in regards to this and the Australian government came from Mossad, the Israeli spy agency. Now, who's got the most to go? Now, Anthony Albanese has stood elbows up. Albanese, we call him Albo in the Australian way that we do, aside from the fact that the ex opposition leader, Peter Dutton, we couldn't come up with something for Peter Dutton, so we just called him Mr. Potato Head. So Anthony Albanese, Albo, apparently the information was received from Mossad. Now, Albo had very publicly spoken out against the genocide that is happening over in Gaza at the moment, and Netanyahu lashed back as he did, which means you've obviously hit a raw nerve with the truth when they lash back. There is, I'm actually feeling there's more to this than what sees the eye. Now, as I said, allegedly, entertainment only. I want to actually have a look to see whether these attacks, supposedly anti-Semitic attacks, were actually done by Israel and blaming Iran to try and sway sentiment. Let's have a look. And as I was shuffling and I split the deck while I was thinking of this, the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles, trying to harvest and stabbed in the back betrayal, which is indicating to me, and we've got something new coming forward on the legal side of things, justice, which is indicating to me Iran might be telling the truth. So let's have a look. Were these attacks on the synagogue and the food kitchen undertaken under the orders of Israel? Come on, let's have a look. Oh man, I'm in dangerous territory here. The Eight of Cups, loss, walking away, emotionally walking away. Let's see where this goes. Challenged by the Six of Cups. A lot of emotions here. Oh, there's the Justice card on the bottom again. A lot of emotions here with the Cups energy. Where's this going? Challenged by past relationships, past emotions, to playing on emotions. I'm going to say yes with this Judgment card. The energy that they're stewing in is, a very loud declaration to try and wake up. In the past, you've got the military here with the Chariot. Movement forward with the military. And you've got the Lovers card at the top. Contracts, agreements in the face of this fading misogynistic dictator energy. Three major arcana. I think yes. And the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. It changed the dynamics. Again, another yes card. These are actually all yes cards because it's an 8 and a 6 as well. Even numbers. We've got here externally, Four of Pentacles. All the information is not being revealed, keeping something hidden. And another four, two fours. So fours are just before fives, obviously, if you know your numbering. And fives are about obstacles and conflicts and challenges in the path forward. But right here and now, in the immediate future, we've got these two fours. I think there might be new information that comes to light. This was the information that was offered. You've got the toadstools down the bottom there. It might have been toxic information. The Hanged Man, the hopes and fears, looking at this differently. The outcome, there's the Five of Wands. The infighting, the information infighting. The World, and the false victory with the Six of Wands. Claiming a false victory on the world stage. But this Page of Wands, new information coming to light. There's a lot of it with that Eight of Wands. And we've got the King of Pentacles. Volatile information being brought forward about this. I mean, this can be my Fleon card. And if you're wondering who Fleon is, he's the soon-to-be ex-CEO of Tesla, who was the biggest parasite on the back of the United States taxpayer. But this is more about oligarchical dictators, volatile information going to come forward from some sort of a female source, perhaps, that's going to expose the lies. On the bottom, we've got Justice, Queen of Pentacles, foolish actions, Nine of Wands, out in the cold with the Five of Pentacles. Be careful what you wish for, because something's going to come out of left field. Two of Swords, Two of Cups, Two of Wands, that will change the direction of everything. The harsh truth, the Temperance card, the downfall of the dictator as this Ace of Wands information is revealed. Big information, huge information. Boy, oh boy. I'm just going to ask, in light of Australia's stance on what's going on in Gaza, we've had massive rallies, music festivals, whatever you like to call them. So the censors don't bite me. Massive gatherings, and opposing it is this trying to be the top message. Did Netanyahu order these? Did Netanyahu, just a couple of cards, did Netanyahu or someone in Netanyahu's cabinet, did they order these attacks in retaliation for Australia's stance on Gaza? To try and sway public sentiment? Did somebody in the Israeli government offer? Well, a yes card again, the Fool. Yep, with the Knight of Cups. And then we've got that Eight of Cups to try and change sentiment, but it didn't really work. The World card, another yes. The Justice card, another yes. And the claiming of a false victory. Something unexpected is going to come out about who was behind this, because remember, this was in the past. They're going to offer up the information. Just seeing what's on the bottom. I'm not, yeah. I'm just going to say yes. Yes, they did. What will happen? Well, full illumination and a harsh truth coming forward as the truth is brought forward. It's the Australian government. Is the Australian government going to find out the truth of this and share it on the world scene? Is this information going to come out? Is the Australian government, is this information going to come out on the world stage? Well, here's the whistleblower, the disappointment, the abject disappointment. And yeah, there's the information coming out, and it's going to come out quite quickly. Yep, here's the judgment, the proclamation about it, the Seven of Pentacles, the inability to harvest. It's going to change everything with the Wheel of Fortune. And it's going to expose those that had the wool over their eyes, stuck with their heads in the fog. They're going to see clearly. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. Just, if I could give the double bird without getting censored, I would do so. It's really windy outside, so a bit of a chesty cough there. Okay, love to you all. Oh boy, oh boy. Catch you shortly.